What's up? Why you ain't wearing no Black History shit? Fuck you. You don't love black
And you
people.
wearing Harvard. What's good? Welcome back. So this is Black Eminence. We're doing this show respectfully. A show that gets very disrespectful. And we just come together and try to keep it as respectful as possible.
I ain't gonna say this.
So today is going to be a little different. It's going to be a little more organized. We got some stuff to talk about. And of course, off the top, the one that's been asked for a while. You know, anybody watch the video, so everybody, we keep walking around, everybody talking about it.
Oh yeah.
Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. Slapped the whole face off this man's face.
I thought it was fake at first, to be honest with you.
I think everybody did. Everybody thought it was fake.
You know, I thought it was staged.
You thought it was staged on the aftermath?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, it's Chris Rock and Will Smith. Like, you don't expect that from Will Smith. And, like, and Chris Rock is an actor. Will Smith is an actor. He's been...
He was going up there for an award for his acting.
Exactly. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Plus, you know what I'm saying? Plus, Will Smith has had, like, fighting scenes before in movies. So, like, I thought that slap was a little weak.
Was it unfair?
I thought it was interesting just because even Chris Rock was like, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me. Like I was like, are you acting right now? That's how you kind of acting. Like you playing into it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then when he said, keep my wife's name, I was like, play that back real quick. That seemed kind of real. Play that back.
Hey,
Play it back like he kept saying the same shit for like 8 times. Like, play it back. Let me see that.
you know what I'm saying? Still saying this, but you know what I'm saying? Like, do you guys think that Will Smith and Jada's relationship is healthy?
Not at all. But
I don't think nobody on the planet would say that their relationship is healthy.
That's the have you seen the latest? Because now everybody's already commenting about it. They've commented about it. Both Chris Rock and Will Smith have issued apologies, even though everybody just keeps saying Will Smith issued apology. Both of them have issued apologies. But there's also another video that had nothing to do with it, but Jada trying to get Will to talk about the next guest on her Red Table Talk. And Will was like, hey, like dead ass, like serious, like, hey, no, like social media is my bread and butter. You just can't start filming me. And I was like,
Tough.
So, you know what I'm saying? The reason why I make this statement, and it's fucked up, but it's the truth.
Respectfully.
Respectfully. Alright, so anyway. So the reason why, you know what I'm saying, I'm just going to say this is because I feel like Will Smith should not have cared that much about what Chris Rock has said because Jada did not care about this man's mental well-being with the August Alsina incident.
A lot of people have a lot of different
let's-
views on it.
I think people that have that mindset don't understand the clarification of the August Alsina whole debacle.
I should clear it up for you.
Because they both told numerous times that they've had open relationships. Nobody cheated on anybody. Will Smith has had out of marital relations the same way that she has had out of marital relations. August Alsina just felt bold enough to make a song about it. Now he's supposedly writing a book or something.
He is right now.
And I thought he made he also
The man is.
he made a new song that was supposed to be addressing the whole issue or something too. If I'm not mistaken.
I mean, if you talk about people, he is.
I mean,
He-
possibly. Who knows?
he's lightweight clout chasing. He's saying he in love with this woman and all this stuff. You ain't no little boy no more.
So
You know what it is. Let it go, huh?
So like he's pulling Soldier 169, like you seeking attention through negative memes.
I mean, everybody pretty
I
much
mean,
do
people
that.
be
yeah.
everybody, especially when it was the hottest topic.
Famous about it.
I mean, everybody famous does that.
True.
I mean, you said 6ix9ine and Soldier Boy, but you can go down '90s history at least, and everybody did it.
Facts.
Everybody had little beef records, even movie
That's
stars.
why they say there ain't no such thing as no bad.
Basketball players.
Yeah, but 90s beef and our beef is completely different.
It is. Now
It's
your
more,
beef gets you locked up.
Yeah.
these people are going to jail.
The other thing, people used to get shot. Well, they still getting shot.
You know what I'm saying? Because like whatever you say is documented. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you do is documented.
I mean, it's documented back then.
Yeah,
It's
It was
still
documented.
Yo, but
It
back
just
then,
wasn't as
you guys didn't have
broadcast.
YouTube, Facebook. You guys don't have.
Yeah, but it's on record, and now that there is YouTube, you can go to YouTube and see it.
The beef, I wouldn't even say really even changed. It just was more publicized.
Yeah, it's like he's saying, like you saying, it's a lot more places. It's a lot more available to see what somebody said because now they're making websites about it and they're making specific YouTubes about what somebody said. But you know, I don't care about nobody famous. That stuff don't make sense.
But back to the main topic.
Besides Megan Thee Stallion, hey, in case you see this video, hey, how you doing? My name is Nico. I'm a stutter. I love anime, and I'm from Bama, some kind of country.
You realize don't nobody watch this, right?
Yo, man, get famous one day off this shit. I don't give a fuck.
Well, the day that happens, we're going to cut out of that.
I know.
The day that happens, we're
we
going to
get
cut right out of that
famous,
part.
cut that part out.
Type shit.
Don't
But
cut that one part out.
Like it was all cool until this one black man called out
said, "Hey,
the stallion." Like what?
hey, I'm a fan, head ass.
We get famous off
But-
you
I am a goddamn fan.
That's fair.
of
I mean, it wasn't specific.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole point about being famous is that you have fans. But back to the main topic.
Yeah. Smacking the
Do
shit out
you
of Chris
think
Rock.
he was right or wrong in slapping?
Yeah.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. I like that.
But yes, I feel like he was. I personally feel like he was right for slapping her for the pure fact as a person who wants to find love, right? And I want to feel that offended. You know what I'm saying? When somebody says that about my wife at a public event.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So you saying he was right for slapping?
Like, yeah, I do. Because, like, he knows this is a very touchy subject for his wife.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And like, the fact that I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure Chris Rock, he knew or knows, you know what I'm saying, that is a touchy subject for Jada.
Good old alopecia.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you know what I'm saying, the fact that he made that joke in public television, he could have went over it. He could have slid by it. He could have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So this is the other thing.
Wasn't expecting an answer out of you.
Really?
But you do choose violence. So at the same
choose
time, I'm not
violence every
surprised.
day.
I don't choose violence every day.
But that's what I think everybody keeps passing on to
I'm about to
is
say
the
loud
fact
here.
that Chris Rock literally joked about her on a previous
Like the 2016,
2015
15.
when they boycotted.
Wow.
I believe that was 2015.
Was
Boycotted the
it
Emmys.
Hey.
Or Grammys. Grammys, whatever the fuck it was.
It was some award
Yeah.
show.
So he literally was talking about people boycotting and then pointed out Jada, and then made a joke about it. And even Will Smith come out. There's a
interview.
an interview that he did. He actually said that
Yeah,
yes,
that's
he talked to Chris Rock about
He
this.
said, and it literally was like, don't talk. He ain't say don't talk about my wife, but he said don't talk about my family.
Family. He said, don't talk about my family.
Okay, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he was justified. You know what I'm saying? Because a black man, because well, let's be honest, like a white man to white man scenario does not even compute to a black man scenario. But
Why doesn't
Well, I'm
it?
about to say why doesn't?
oh shit, like I didn't think.
Oh, this is
I didn't think it was gonna get
this is a
that
question
deep.
show. We
About to
need
say-
Let me
answers.
get one
Like-
statement out.
Well, go ahead and get that statement out and then answer
We're
our
gonna
question.
come back to that. If I had I'll write it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill this cat. Go ahead. You ain't been drinking that much.
I'm trying to figure out what cat you talking about.
Cheers.
Damn, I just took a sip.
Yeah, we drinking today.
I can tell.
All right, finish the comment.
So, with the information y'all just brought up, I feel like Will Smith is definitely 100%
Justified.
Justified to slap that man because as a man, he told you, you know what I'm saying, straight up, hey, don't do this shit no more. And I'm only assuming Chris Rock was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then you did it again.
He probably did like he just did on stage. Like, okay.
Right? But, you know what I'm saying, then, you know what I'm saying, he did it at the fucking Emmys. He did it
Again.
Yeah. Well, that was the first time.
Again.
Again?
No, it was the second time.
The second time?
He said the Emmys.
Yeah.
This is the
Emmy-
Oscars.
Oh yeah, it was the Oscars.
It was Oscars or the Emmys?
I don't give a fuck. It's on TV.
Facts.
It's
You know what I'm
literally
saying?
on
It's
TV. It don't matter what show it is. Millions of people are watching all of the fucking shows for no reason.
On a side note, I guarantee you the Oscars, Emmys, whatever the fuck, twice as much. You know what I'm saying?
Because
It went
they
up like
boycotted.
a crazy
no,
amount.
no, because he slapped that nigga. That's what.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, bro, but they got like a million more views.
Nah.
No, they said TV ratings actually
Spiked
like crazy. Like I can't remember. It was like a crazy percentage. But
That's
like
crazy.
just because everybody started tuning in because it hit Twitter. And you already know once it hit Twitter,
yeah.
because everybody, even a lot of people even watch the comment section because even when it popped up on my Instagram, because I'm not big on Twitter, but when it popped up on my Instagram, I was like, this look kind of fake. And I'm over here playing a game, streaming, over here trying to find out what's going on. Next
I
thing you
woke
know,
up the next morning, it was on Instagram or something.
yeah,
like,
but once it hit Twitter, it became a meme. Because most memes anyway usually originate from Twitter.
Right. So that's the question I had.
Was he right or wrong?
No.
Really
Because okay, so from my viewpoint, the way I look at it, none of that matters. There is no right and wrong. There's legal and there's illegal. That's certainly a white line. That's a line you can't cross. Legal. So it definitely was illegal for him to go up there and slap him. Now, did anything illegal happen to him? Did they arrest him? Did they usher him off? Nothing. So right there, that whole argument goes out the door, and then it just comes down to man. And my viewpoint on any physical altercation is that you are a man, you can do whatever you want. And by saying you're a man, I'm saying you are a human.
Yeah.
You can be a woman, you can be a man, you literally can do whatever you want. And the other person can literally do whatever they want. Because everybody's saying, oh, it was just a joke. It's just a joke.
It's only a joke
Comics,
to us watching.
Comics get slapped all the time for making fun of somebody in the crowd. They know it happens all the time. And they know that this can happen. So maybe I should. So he might have felt extra safe saying it on that stage. And Will Smith reminded him, like, nah.
I personally loved it. I tell everybody, and I'm not really a violent type of person. I am probably the most passive aggressive type of person.
Yes, you are.
Just saying. I've never. As long as somebody don't put their hands on me, I'm like, it's words.
Friday was the most passive aggressive I've ever seen anybody in the entire life. He's literally mad as shit, but he's not doing nothing. You see what this?
That's another topic.
Oh yeah, I remember. That was Thursday, wasn't it?
Yeah, we just say it's another topic.
Yeah.
Why you still trying to remember and bring in facts?
But
so back to what I was trying to say. So to me, slap makes no difference. Don't really care. What is your viewpoint on them saying that this makes black people look bad?
Once again,
it's fucking ridiculous.
I'm not gonna say it's not. It's not ridiculous. It's more so unfortunate that they want to bring that topic back into it because let's be honest, in most situations, especially being black, they're already looking at it from a negative perspective. It didn't make them look at us more negatively. It just makes them kind of hone in on it like, this is why. But there's always a this is why reason because it's always have that negative connotation with being black on black.
Okay, I got you. So it ain't negative. It's just them saying, I showed you.
Yep.
I told you this happens.
Yes.
But it's still ridiculous for like the pure fact it's just a man who felt some kind of way about.
But that's true. But how often is race not thrown into it though?
Well, let me finish. But race shouldn't be a part of this. You know what I'm saying? It is because it is what it is.
But you can't say shouldn't. Because saying shouldn't is what we would like it to be versus what it actually is.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
But you know what I'm saying? But like what I'm trying to say is the grand matter of not the grand matter.
It works.
Scheme of
Go
things.
ahead.
Alright, fuck it. Alright, grand matter of scheme of things.
Just create your own term. Go ahead.
Hell yeah, you don't have to be friends with this shit. Alright, grand matter.
Erase the fuck out of that. It's like, no. Respectfully though.
So like the grand matter, the grand scheme of things, right?
Yeah.
Is that it was a man who felt disrespected by another man for talking about his wife. You know what I'm saying? And as men, we know whenever we find the person we want to love for the rest of our life, like we know this. And if anybody wants to disrespect her or our peace, we'll make sure we handle that accordingly.
I got a question for you though.
All right, what's up?
So if it was two Caucasian men, do you think it would have gotten as much publicity? You think so? Would they have?
Because the pure fact, the pure fact of it is, if they were at the Oscars, Emmys, like real shit, where exactly did he slap him at? Oscars or the Emmys?
Oscars.
Who
Now,
cares?
The biggest stage.
Who cares?
Anyway,
I don't give two
So-
shits.
I know you don't.
Nobody watches that shit.
Yeah, that's why the rating. That's
you know
why.
that shit was on.
That's why the rating. That's why the ratings went up.
You know what I'm saying? I was actually watching on Lynch highlights. What's going on?
Like I said, I was streaming. Motherfuckers said, "Y'all think this is real?" I looked down. I said, "Huh?"
Damn, the Oscars
Instagram.
going on today?
But
Wait.
this also goes back to why I say the whole man to man versus black on black, whatever. Because you're saying as a man, this happens. We always hear about crime of men every time. But why is it when it's black people, it's always black on black crime? Like they changed the whole title of it.
Because, like, you already know the answer to this. It's because it sells. It's because it draws people's attention. It's because
You're contradicting yourself to my point. That's why I asked you to.
What point am I contradicting?
You're talking about man on man. I'm talking about once you throw that black in the title, extra.
No. All right. Wait. You
Yeah, thank you. Keep going.
Fuck you, man.
I'm just saying. This is why we have our conversations at work. This is the perfect example that you.
It's just me sitting there like, oh my god, this is happening.
This is why
Yes.
you should try to have more conversations.
Yes.
I don't like talking.
Exactly.
That's a lie. You
but
like to
you're
talk.
here talking. So
You just don't like to be interrupted.
That's the thing.
No. You don't know this. I don't like to talk. He knows this. I don't like to talk.
And I keep telling you, you need to learn.
You want to know
how
what's
to
so
talk.
funny about you might not, you can't, I don't think anybody can really say they don't like to talk because in the right crowd of people, you will talk.
You don't
Because
like
you,
to talk.
he probably, since I met you,
Like to talk.
since I met you,
Bro, I promise you. You know what I'm saying?
He like to joke,
Like,
but he don't like having
talk.
conversations.
I don't like conversations. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a very hard time articulating my words. You know what I'm saying? Because like this right now is very calm. You know what I'm saying? Like we're having a
All right,
conversation.
what are you talking about? I don't even know what both of y'all talking about.
He started off some shit, and I had to finish.
I brought up the whole conversation
Black.
started with the whole, he was talking about how we were saying how make black on black look bad or whatever. And then he said it's not really black on black, it's man on man. But I'm
Yeah.
telling him it's more than the man on man because if it was just
It
man,
is.
act like you got some sense. If it was over here because you heard the man on, see, stop being a hoe. So it's like,
We already had that conversation. Go
I
ahead.
mean, first
Facts.
of all, don't do that. I am not a whore. Fucking whore.
okay, fair enough. He's right before Easter. He's seen.
We already had the thought
But-
conversation, so you can look at the other video.
And I wasn't part of that conversation.
You wasn't, but the definition includes you.
Wait. You're not name dropping this motherfucking
Name drop. I mean, but even there, it's like that's why I say you can't really. Race is always going to be a factor when
Yeah.
it involves a black man, because that's just how it is. That's media. It sells, of course. There's a reason why it sells because once you put that title, you're going to get those views. You're going to get those viewers because we live in a society that's driven off of drama
So
and negativity.
So it is, but it's not the way we put it. Because when you look up a black dude punched a black dude, that's usually from black people. Black people are trying to say we're making each other look bad because this black dude smacked that black dude. The white media does it a different way, but it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They just do it in abundance. So like 1, 2, every show is now going to show you how this black man punched this other black man. Where if it was a
They're
white
very
dude,
strategic.
yeah, if it was a
very
white dude,
strategic.
it would probably just be on the entertainment shows.
Okay.
Like, oh, okay, yeah, this
They
happened.
make
Or-
a joke about it, like, oh, we had a bad moment.
Yeah,
they
it'll
don't
be,
look at black
it'll,
people like we
it'll
have
be
bad
in
moments.
between them transitioning to another subject. Like, oh, sports and now this, I hate remember, and it'd be a short blip. That's the way white media does it. But we more specifically bring it out to say, hey, you see what they're doing because that black dude hit that black dude. And they're trying to tell us this so that we see it as that, hopefully to make us stop doing it.
You want to know how it's very. This thought popped in my head. It's kind of negative, but it is what it is. But you know how we over here been looking at people and be like, hey, we had a group of people, all different ethnicities. We'd be like, which one of us in here is likely to shoot up a school? We're gonna gravitate to a certain ethnicity.
Right?
Which of us is most likely to fight over some stupid shit? They probably gonna gravitate to another ethnicity because we all have our stereotypes and our
Yeah.
like stuff like that goes into the media, including this. debacle
it
with
is.
Chris Rock and stuff.
But
It is what it is.
That made me think of the woke movement,
Okay.
because I know that was a huge thing. Now is that the LGBTQ jumped into the woke movement, and now we got all these commercials about M&M's changing their sexuality and stuff like that, and
Wait, what?
it's a whole thing.
Man,
Go
they
watch
changed. They
it.
changed Lona Bunny too.
Yeah, they
What?
They're
like
making
a-
everything more.
She's
It's
a
the thing.
fucking rabbit.
I'm being honest with
That's
you. We can only we can
But
only
then we can get into the.
we can only tell you this. You need to
Yeah.
go see it. It's
Yeah.
a thing to
I don't
actually
want to
look.
look this shit up to ruin my childhood.
It's not gonna ruin your childhood.
You're a
it's just gonna
grown
change-
man.
That's facts.
Barely.
Well, I'm glad you know.
There you go. So they came in. They kind of put a shadow over the woke movement, because it's like, okay, now we got to change everything, but they don't understand.
They're even changing superheroes.
So they are. They are.
So like, real shit. So like, I don't know if this is like public knowledge, but the Black Aquaman is gay now.
But I'm saying
Yeah.
they're changing a lot of superheroes.
Yeah,
Robin,
yeah.
I think Robin's supposed to be gay now.
Yeah, he is.
What are you talking about?
Robin.
Batman and Robin,
Robin.
Which Robin are you talking about?
There's
You
only
whatever.
one
No,
Robin.
there's
There's multiple Robins.
There's multiple Robins. There's
no.
a white Nightwing
We're talking
and
about
there's
the
a Robin.
We're
There's
talking about the
Robin.
Robin that is like the universal Robin,
Robin.
the kid, the boy.
Robin.
We're not talking about
There's
the
only
different
one
versions
Robin.
of the comic. No, you're going into specific
Yeah,
names. We're
you're
talking
going
about
into
the
the
person who plays the
multiverse
character.
of all the different things. Like, no, we're talking
No,
about
If I
Robin.
said Bruce,
Question.
if I said Batman, you're naturally going to gravitate to Bruce Wayne because that's his original name. Think of it like that, where it's
Oh
only
my God,
one
it's this,
Robin.
It's this needle in my head that keeps. Anyway, the woke movement. So I came up.
You're
I'm
twisting
telling
it.
you, but so I came up with something that explains it, and so that it will stop the shadow from overshadowing it. But it pretty much woke movement is we only know empathy, because definition of empathy is understanding someone else's pain.
Yes.
So, and that's in general what the woke movement is, no matter if you're black, white, homosexual, or anything. It's just the other person being able to understand or try to understand where you're coming from.
True.
Because a lot of people say, walk a mile in another man's shoes. We always say we don't want advice from white people. That's okay. But they can be woke. They can try to understand where we're coming from. We don't need them to fix our problems, but hey,
Try to understand at least why I feel this
open
way.
your ears when something happens. And in this case with Will Smith, it's just like, hey, I don't know.
If you're in my shoes
If
with this
Ben
relationship,
Affleck smacked the hell out of Clint Eastwood, we just be talking about how two white people slapped each other on stage and they was in an argument, and we're talking literally just about the argument. We're not talking about their race.
I got a question on that. Just bringing in ethnicities and stuff. You think if it was two white men, that people would make excuses for them versus the fact that it's black people and it's just like, well, here we go again?
No.
Okay, how about you?
Yeah, I think people, you know what I'm saying, would make excuses for him.
Okay. That's cute. Wish I had a little...
Oh, this is gonna hurt my head. So
Why?
much. This is gonna hurt my. Ow!
Right there. You want to go look funny if that camera angle, you just see his face is like... like a zoom in. That's funny.
You gotta toughen them up. Tell them new handshake.
Your
Hey.
handshake
Hey,
suck.
go in your room.
Your handshake suck. That man be trying to...
That's what we used to do when we was from the hood.
Yeah,
And then you twist
yeah,
it. That's how
yeah,
you. That's
yeah.
why my fingers are so strong. But go ahead. What
That
was
was
you saying?
different than a whore or something. But
No.
Wait, what? Being a horse? Oh,
strong finger. Yeah, there we go. See, that's that. Respectfully.
Fuck y'all.
I didn't say nothing
He
to
really
you.
didn't.
I'm
You
trying to
didn't
get.
have to say nothing for me to know.
I'm not trying to. What was you saying?
But that's why I was saying I feel like if it would have been two Caucasian males, they would probably try to make an excuse because the media controls the narrative.
But how would you make an excuse for that? So
It's not about how I would.
say the
I'm
same.
not saying-
Let's say the same background is on it. Now they're just Chris Rock and
Perfect
Will Smith
example.
is white.
I'm gonna
What
switch
do
it
you-
up. Even when we watch, we'll watch like police brutality or whatever, but then we'll say it when like crimes and stuff happen with a Caucasian male, they always, if you look at the narrative, it would be like this great teen had a relapse in judgment and did this. Versus if it's a black person, it's always like a mugshot and they had a history of drug problems and this. They change the narrative. That's what I'm saying. Like they make it's almost like it gets like this version of sympathy based off of who's involved.
I got that, but what's the?
I'm saying
what's
so.
the bad connotation between Will Smith and Chris Rock?
Being black. Black. I'm
that's
saying
not
with them being black, it's like black on black crime.
But
If
they're not saying that.
No, I'm talking about from us. How we were talking about it gives black people a bad look because it's like black on black crime.
But I'm saying, what you're saying is the sauce that they put on when a black teen does something, but compared to what a white teen does. Mm-hmm. So what sauce are you going to put on Will Smith and Chris Rock slap each other?
Black on black crime.
But that's not what they're doing. I'm
not talking about they as a whole. I'm talking about like the fact that we even bring up the idea of it being black on black crime. How you said doesn't make black people look bad. Yeah. That's obviously in the black community, but that comes into it.
But that's what I'm saying. So in the black community, we're seeing them explain how it's black on black crime and black people are doing this to black people. Mm-hmm. White people ain't doing this. White people are just saying, hey, Will Smith smacking the shit out of Chris Rock. Everybody watch. That's all white people doing. About it. we're doing that to ourselves, saying, hey, we should stop doing this. Black people shouldn't be doing it. That's what we're doing to it. They're not putting any sauce on this. They're just saying, look at them.
Doing what they always do.
Exactly. They're not putting no sauce on it. So now if you put, like I said, you put Ben Affleck and Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell's a great comedian. Now Ben Affleck go up there and smack shit out of him. They gonna say the exact same thing, like, because that's kind of the same situation. Because Ben Affleck getting back with J-Lo going through her whole thing. She been with a lot of people.
They said she got more more stones than Thanos.
That's what I'm saying. So if Will Ferrell go up there and make a joke about J-Lo, Ben Affleck like get the little blood pumping in his chest and go up there like
he might.
Ben Affleck looked like he would smack the shit out of somebody. After his weight gain for Batman, he looking a little bit rougher now. He looked like he would take somebody out. I'm not lying. That's
compared to the new Batman.
Yeah, stop it. Stop it.
I see kind of why he stuck to the detective side of it. It wasn't a bad movie though. It wasn't.
It's horrible. Anyway.
It was just not the Batman that I expected.
I ain't either.
It's about it's almost 3 hours. Well, knowing him, he hates a lot of things, and one thing he don't like. One thing he don't want to see is a Batman not fighting, and that's what that movie is. It's Batman talking.
That's why I said it's horrible.
In this new movie,
with the
it's like 3 hours of it's like a CSI, but you put the
Twilight Batman.
You
want to watch?
It's actually not bad. It's not bad.
He take his bat uniform off and he's just glowing it like
he just sprinkles it this sun.
He just starts shining.
It ain't like that. God dang. Disrespect. But it's very well. You already. I think you like CSI. So I think you would like this version.
Yeah, but you know,
it's just not the amount of action that you are used to in a superhero, especially a Batman movie.
I mean, from like a person like who reads comic books and loves comic books.
You see the detective side. You don't see action Batman. You see.
Well, like that's the thing though. Like, I can't watch that.
Well, you don't know what you can watch because you already said you wanted to see it. Just because don't take my word for it. See it for yourself.
You just told me it's Batman with no fighting.
I didn't say no fighting. Not as much fighting.
Take his word for it.
Okay.
It ain't good. Take his
like
word for
if I had to rate it out of 10.
He said it was alright.
Are we going for a movie? If we're going from a movie perspective,
I said take his word for it.
But we got to look. He likes action. That's why I said he wouldn't like it. He told me he didn't like Power, the other versions of Power, because they was going away from the gore. Because that's what he wanted. It changed. It's like a whole different overall put together, which makes sense. That's why I told him if he watched Tommy.
Yeah, and I kind of seen bits of Tommy. And I still don't want to watch it.
It's not because it's not the way it was with Ghost.
I know the story is messed up. I don't like it. The story is the one reason that I can't follow none of this. Because you taking out what's good.
That's why he likes Snowfall.
That's why I like Snowfall.
Because
I have seen a couple episodes.
Snowfall is fire this year. Snowfall is fire this year. Fire.
Wow, that actually did sound like
It did. I got good impersonations.
So if you go over there and slap him,
Please do.
just know that he's not gonna react the same way Chris Rock did.
Definitely won't. Definitely won't. You better do me like the competitions and knock me out. Smack the shit out this whole knockout.
You wanna know what's gonna be funny though? Imagine, hey, right when his face is turned, it's like, well, his jaw is the weakest right now. He wake up, he don't even remember us going to podcast till he over here check his phone. He's
Just
like,
wake up like,
what? That motherfucker got me.
I would post
So I got
it
a
too.
question. So
I would post it too.
hypothetically, if that happened,
That's going viral. What?
because you're gonna see my reaction, I'm gonna be like, because in my head, I ain't gonna lie, because like I'm passive aggressive, so in my head I'm gonna be like,
I'm knocked out. You just grab my liquor bottle and just walk out.
I ain't gonna do that. But in my head, I'm like, do I say anything? Do I just let it be because I wasn't involved? I don't want to get knocked out like that. If that punch is 1-for-1, his odds is looking real good. But you know what I'm saying?
All right, so I got something for y'all. I want to get y'all's,
Which one did?
see how y'all thinking when I say this, okay?
About to say some bullshit.
So it's just, no, it's not. It's not.
I'm just
This
talking
ain't bullshit, but I kind of feel like y'all got some bullshit.
I'm not Brandon. Don't disrespect me like that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, I almost threw my drink on you. And you got a
Why
white shirt on. Say no.
Why people need something but don't understand the only way to fulfill themselves is to elevate.
Put it in context, though.
Thank you.
A lack of self. So
Oh,
when people are always saying they're missing something, or even when people get married, they say, you fulfill me. You bring that piece that I'm missing. People always seem to be missing something in life. Like we grow up and we miss our fathers.
That's tough.
We miss the love from our
Tear
mothers.
almost came out right there.
But that lack of is really,
it's there.
It's not
What
that
is
it's
it?
not there. It's just
So,
internalized.
It was just had his love. You know what I'm saying? Because like with the examples you gave me, you know what I'm saying? A father and mother are always examples of love, especially a mother and a father are examples of love. Whenever somebody, especially marriage, right? Whenever somebody says you fulfill me, they're saying you love me, because love is a very broad term of emotion.
it is.
Which can
Very.
encompass multiple things. So,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? That being said, I think that whenever somebody says they're missing something, they're missing love, they're missing the inner happiness. Because love can be for somebody, for oneself.
I'm not gonna lie.
I got a question with that.
I got this quote from a pastor. So
Okay.
you real pastor.
Because I'm being very devil's advocate and shit. So
real devil.
a little bit like devil's advocate. So thinking about just hearing you talk or whatever is kind of funny. I don't think I've ever looked at it like this, but in a way, I almost feel like the selfish side of people kind of coming out. The reason why we say shit like, "Oh yeah, you complete me," or this, and this, is because it's not that you're not being loved, because you get friends. Your friends can love you. Let me finish.
Okay, I will.
With
Oh my God, you're learning.
that's not really learning. That's just shut up. I thought about it earlier. But once again, with the whole love thing, you can get love from your friends, but when it comes to like the marriage, it's almost like a love that's specific for you. That's the selfish side of us, because it's not that they really complete you. For the first time, you have something, or you think that you have something that isn't available to the next.
I'm with that.
Because you were loved before you met that person.
True.
That's why if you didn't feel like you was loved, you wouldn't have bridesmen and fucking groomsmen and shit, because they wouldn't be
fact,
there. You
nobody
wouldn't
would
feel
be
like
there
they were
for
that
you.
close.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Go ahead.
that love, like you said, is a selfish kind of love, because that love is just for you. And for some people,
For some.
For some people, they are missing that selfish love for themselves, or from somebody, or.
I mean, I was only saying that to the goal, and that's what you said. That's fair.
Thank you.
Very respectful. Very respectful.
Nah, disrespect. Fuck
This
you.
is a very different respectful today.
It's very petty today.
Continue, since you wanted to end something.
Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, as I was saying, wait.
because I was like, I only made that comment based off of what you said.
Yeah.
So, are you finished?
I'm trying to.
If you talk, you would finish. I swear to God, you would.
Well, let me go.
Then please do.
I will. So, like, pretty much, whole thing I'm trying to say is what you're saying is accurate. It is selfish. It is this, that, and the third. But some people need that. Some people are missing that selfish love that they can't give themselves, but somebody else can, like, pour into them. Because there's a saying. This is my last thing.
I'm gonna go after you. Go ahead.
So there's like a saying that majority of people are crack cups. You know what I'm saying?
Crack ups.
Crack cups.
Crack
cups.
Crack. Oh, crack cups. Like it has it's a cup,
okay,
cup with a crack.
Hey, you know, I got another thing in there. Go ahead.
Continue.
It's got something to do with that, but go ahead.
All right, yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Like you can only hold so much.
Ah, yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Like,
and
so
that kid, yeah, that's.
Yeah. So like the moral of the story is when you find real love, you can pour into somebody else's love and not lose fully of what's yours, and they can pull into theirs.
So I got a question. I know you wanted to talk back.
I know. Go
Respectfully,
ahead,
that logic is so flawed.
It is.
Theory. Because that's basically like saying people are coming broken. And that's where the cracked cup. The cup is so cracked that you're not complete, and you want somebody to come and heal the crack cup, so you can still pour into a cup if
what
it's
do they
limited.
say on
that don't make sense.
Military? Let me
piggyback.
Let me piggyback on that. So you should. Let me piggyback on that. So basically, what I want to say goes with that. I believe people need to learn to get on with their life. Respectfully, because I understand and I feel for you specifically and for those like you that don't grow up with that strong father in the family, that don't grow up with a full family to have you, because my family is huge. Like they just did a family reunion that I'm not allowed to go to. And there's tons of people. They fill up any park you got, my family will fill it up. So I've always seen that. I have a mother that loves me dearly, so I can't really relate with those that have the mothers that, you know, do drugs and stuff like that and kick their kids out. I got kicked out when I was 18. It was up to my father. But, no, 17. But it's really the strength of yourself. True. When you're missing something,
that's still you.
It's you. Because when you say, oh, I found the love of my life and you fulfill me, you're literally saying that everybody else that loved you did nothing for you. You're disrespecting everybody that was there for you, and you're just pointing out something that you want to feel yourself.
I don't feel like. Oh, go ahead.
My bad. Piggyback quote. You know how they say you can't love somebody else fully until you love yourself.
Yeah.
So under that cracked cup, where it's like you're missing something, it's almost like you don't love yourself. Not saying that quote is 100%. I don't. Based off of, I'm just devil's advocate to that.
Technically, it is.
Devil's advocate to that. That's not how I actually feel. I feel like you can't love somebody else even if you don't fully love yourself.
Right.
That logic.
What would you want to say?
So like, I have to agree with y'all.
Okay.
In some aspects, we disagree with y'all. In some aspects,
respectfully.
Too.
So what do you?
Because I agree with y'all to the fact that y'all is right. Like,
just get straight to the disrespect.
I bet, you know what I'm saying? Disrespect is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you agree, that you agree that you gotta love yourself.
Right.
You really do. But, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't have that mental fortitude or don't have that emotional intelligence.
I'm a mixologist.
For sure. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are the
I got you, but that's still.
So what you're saying is, it's almost like you're kind of coming over our side. At the end of the day, it's still eternalized with you.
So, for an example of what you're saying, when Malcolm X, when I forgot what his real name was, when Malcolm X, love the shirts.
Appreciate you.
When Malcolm X went to prison.
Malcolm X
No, that's his name after he changed over. I'm talking about his real name. Red, when he was called Red. When he was Red and he went to prison illiterate. He went to prison not knowing a lot of stuff. But through his trying to learn through what's the Muslim faith. Yeah, when he tried to learn through Elijah Muhammad, he went through the dictionary. He taught himself how to read. He taught himself those big words that we see him using in his interviews on YouTube that he used to use. Rest in peace. And that's pretty much the crack cup thing. And what you're saying, when you don't have that in you to heal yourself, you have to go find it.
Yes.
And sometimes that's what brings you to
Somebody else.
exactly, and then that somebody else will help you and guide you to actually
yourself.
healing yourself. But it's not the person
It's the
that
action.
did it. It's you trying to let somebody or being vulnerable or just whatever the other person took to get you to say, okay, I'm going to sit down. Because let's be honest, when Malcolm X went to prison, he didn't find the Honorable Elijah Muhammad by himself. Somebody had to come and show him, like, look, brother, all this stuff you doing, it don't make sense. And if you look in the Word and all this, in the Torah and all that stuff, and he had to open his mind and say, okay, so technically he could say that the man that showed him the book and showed him the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was his other half. But he ain't homosexual. But that's just what I'm saying. You're just piecing out stuff for the actual definition of what's going to heal you, and you're going to heal yourself. We all have it in us to heal ourselves. We just have to go find it. I'm going to open a church one day. Okay?
That's
just
gonna be
letting
interesting.
everybody know. I'm
Nah,
going to
that's-
open a church.
It's gonna be a lot
very
of
interesting.
cursing.
It's gonna be a lot of disgruntled women.
It's going to be
Disgruntled women,
you
men,
know, we going to
children.
heal them in the back. Anyway,
My head.
it went there.
That's
It
terrible.
went there.
That's
Very
terrible.
respectfully. Respectfully.
That wasn't respectful.
It wasn't.
But that's why I say it's
I just wanted to see
it's-
because I know you are the more
newer generation ish.
Southern, so the respects and the
Norms
things that you guys actually believe in is we're from
different.
Ohio, we're from the north, so we have that more. Okay, we're about this. We don't need nobody else, and y'all are more like, okay, what does the word say? What does your mom say? What is?
100% true.
And that's what it is.
It is.
Yeah, and that's
It's not necessarily wrong with it. It's just different.
it's not. It's just different. I just wanted to see.
There's some different cultures.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a culture.
yeah,
It's a culture. That's
yeah.
what it is.
I mean, it's kind of, to be honest with you, we are the. I don't want to say that because that makes it sound bad. We're going to be very disrespectful. We are the evolution of you.
Wait, what? Oh wait, give me a second. I'm back.
Respectfully, respectfully.
Nuts, nigga, the fuck?
As he walks off.
I know, right? He didn't even drink that much. He got a bladder of a child, and I feel he had like 4 shots in that cup.
Funny thing is, I had to use the bathroom. I let Miles come here, and I still ain't got to use that.
Some people,
I'm like,
but
but
he ain't had none either, so I don't know why he can't hold it.
facts. But it's okay though.
I'm keeping all this.
But yeah, that's why it's kind of funny because I never really looked at that. Because even when people be like, and this ain't no shot at women, but when they be like, I want somebody that if I'm having a bad day to make my day better, type stuff.
Right.
It's like you want that person who can help make things better. That can
A
complete,
magical being.
yeah, in a way.
That
But
we
it's like at
know
the end,
everything that's going on with you, so that when we ask, we don't really need an answer. And
they just know what.
yeah,
to do.
you
It's like it all
look the other
sounds
way in the
good.
car, so I know you mad at me, and I know the reason
Yeah.
why you mad at me, and all that other stuff.
Yeah, but it's just funny because it's just like it just makes it where that's the selfish side of people.
Facts.
Because then, if you're already having a bad day and I'm unable to make, because obviously, if I'm with you, I'm gonna want you to have a good day. Oh, I want you to have a bad day. What kind of love is this? This twisted ass fucking Joker love or some shit? But
Maybe thinking something else. Go ahead.
that's fair. But if I'm fucking with you, and you're having a bad day, we're talking about from like a relationship standpoint, the selfish love side. If you're having a bad day, obviously, if I love you, I'm gonna try to make that day better. If your day doesn't get better with me trying to make it better, how is that my fault? How are you? That's my point. That's where it goes back to the selfish love. How people be like, I want somebody who, like, if I'm having a bad day, they can make the day better. If I'm hungry, they already come with the food or whatever. Like,
So-
almost on some psychic shit.
That brings me to another question,
What's
because
up?
what I said is very disrespectful. We could just talk about that. some other time.
Hell no, we ain't gonna slide past that evolution of the North versus the South. That's the fucking Civil
Okay, so
War.
let's just get into it.
The South is very old school. We
So
are
no,
the new
all
school.
I'm saying is
technically
this.
evolution.
All I'm saying is this. They are. But all I'm saying is this. If you look at it,
Y'all food trash.
let me ask you a question, Lawrence.
What's up? Oh,
Where's your mom from?
Ohio? She's from North
Where's your grandmother
Columbus.
from?
I would like to believe she's from that area too.
Where's
My
your
whole family's from
great-grandmother
Ohio.
from?
I don't really know nothing about her.
So basically what I'm saying is majority of northern and western black people
Usually,
heritage comes from the South.
I'm about to say.
Now they did have slaves in Ohio. They had slaves in they did. Ohio was one of the last.
I think my great grandmother's from Georgia though.
That's what I'm saying. My grandmother is from Georgia. Like my mother's mother is from Georgia. Like her and her 10 or 11 brothers and sisters all went to Ohio
Somebody
together.
from Georgia. I'm not 100% sure because it's kind of funny because my great grandmother's name is also Georgiana.
So the heart of us.
That's a very southern name.
Exactly.
It
I'm
is.
not 100% sure. I'm not 100%
Shit,
sure though.
my grandmother's name is Haynes. Ooh, Haynes.
What, her last name is Haynes?
No, her first name is Haynes,
Oh,
nigga.
no.
Yes, her last name is Haynes.
Hey,
Said
you
Haynes.
said the Dominican change? Nah, nigga.
Yeah, like you trying to be funny? Yeah, that's the last name. It's Haynes. Now, to me, that is the most country bumpkin last name I've ever heard. I don't know anybody else last name Haynes.
So the boxes are wearing.
Got Malcolm X book right there.
I know. That's why I keep it there so everybody know. But yeah, so the roots of Northern and Western civilization as far as African Americans is Southern. It's just that we went north to get away from all of the tribulations that were going on in the South. So the things that your grandmother, your mother grew up in, ours didn't have to. So we were able to expand on different things. We didn't have to. I mean, so when they desegregated the schools, Ohio, first of all, people don't know Ohio's history. We are the last to desegregate schools.
We do a lot of last.
We were the last to free slaves. We weren't the last, but we were one of the last northern states to free slaves. We are probably, if Virginia to you, do you know anything about Virginia? Virginia is nasty when it comes to racism. Like Georgia, Mississippi, that's like, okay, the scale coming up to Ohio is like, okay, you go down to what's the Alabama, Mobile, Alabama.
What you
Mobile. But you the racism that we've always heard about, because that one book I gave you, which I had to buy another one, Negroes with Guns. He talks about the Martin Luther King era when they were trying to march for civil rights. And then in Alabama, in that book, that city, there was no peaceful way to protest. Like every time they would march or every time they would try to protest or something,
made a book about it.
the police would even come and just stand there and watch them do the shit. And then when everybody left, be like, well, we didn't see nothing. So graduating that scale, that's literally the scale going up. So Virginia is right next to us. And they are, if we go into Virginia, I don't see how black people are in Virginia. Like they all act like they gangsters and they the softest black people I've ever seen. And I'm very disrespectful and I don't care. Because I mean, if you look at Pusha T and them, they're all drug dealers. Whenever you hear about black people coming out of Virginia, it's drug dealers. You don't never hear about, I mean, I think Booker T. Washington came from Virginia. The good people in Virginia just was like, nah, we're not from there. We going other places. We going to all these elite colleges and shit. They don't say nothing, but the drug dealers are like, oh no, we from VA and all that. And it's like, and then you get to Ohio, it's like, black people is real quiet. We are. I'm not lying. Black people real quiet in Ohio. Because we don't want to stir nothing up.
Most people.
Because if it get nasty, it will get nasty.
We get a lot of
in
people
Ohio.
from Chicago and Ohio too.
Yeah, and that's a whole different type of black.
Yeah.
Because they got that dense population of black where it's like, nah, we together. We here. Don't nobody live in our neighborhoods. Like Ohio, I had some Caucasian people live in the neighborhood. I'm not gonna say friends, but they were friends.
Get off me! Don't touch me!
They were
touch me.
friends of my friends, and so I knew them. But you go to Chicago, if they friends, then they some dangerous ass white people. They just gotta be, because you get along with fucking, I forgot the rappers' names.
People of all different.
All the stuff they get into right now, you gotta be on something. You gotta be don't mess with that one.
About that life.
Right. So that's why I'm saying evolution. It's not that we got away from the way you guys hold morals and standards and stuff. It's just that we changed it to fit our area. Exactly. So if the South was more like us, you would act and look more like us.
I ain't gonna lie. The only thing that needs to remain is them recipes. Other than that,
Oh yeah, the recipes is always banging. We try our best to act like we can cook Southern.
But other than that, y'all need to grow up.
Like once my great grandmother died, nobody made turkey legs no more. You don't even know what turkey legs is.
I know what turkey legs are, motherfucker.
Like turkey. I'm telling you, her cooking the cornbread. My great grandmother cooking was nobody in the family can touch her. Like I'm glad I grew up. I was old enough to see her and eat her food. That's how good her food was. Like my other grandmothers,
that oxtail I had earlier.
My mother's side of the family, that ain't really.
I need to.
They're mixed.
Make that again.
I'm gonna just say that they're mixed.
I need to message her like, yeah, I need to make that oxtail again. What?
What?
No, that's not where you was going. Oh, never mind.
I don't know. Anyway,
on
God.
I am not a whore.
Somebody in one of my group chats, I'm finna bag a hoe tonight. Whores everywhere.
In your group chat.
Okay, now we're getting disrespectful.
You're finna bag a hoe tonight.
No, that's what he said.
Oh, okay. So you have the audacity.
When did I text it? I didn't even have my phone. You literally got texted it with one hand doing this that fast? Crazy.
Oh,
that alcohol must be hitting you, huh?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Make it work.
Can't tell.
Make it work.
Fuck you.
Make it work.
I know some people that want to.
That's fair.
Know some people that want to.
I got a question for y'all because I wanted to bring this up. What are the signs of a bad relationship before the relationship?
Insecurities?
That's not fair. You know what I'm saying? That's not fair at all because insecurities, everybody has insecurities.
You do realize that was a generic statement, right? As in you're about to go into something that maybe he didn't mean. General, very general. Like if I said, all water. Like I could be saying like let's just say hypothetical. This girl's insecure about something that you personally don't really care too much for. Y'all don't mesh. Insecurities cause a lot of downfalls of a lot of relationships because it causes internal problems that people can't fix. You see what I'm saying? That's what I meant with insecurities. I wasn't being specific with one or the other. I was just saying insecurities that can be a red flag. Because they're insecurities you might not be capable of working around.
So I'm not, let me over explain. So I'm not asking for something that can be fixed. I'm asking what is a sign that this relationship is not going to work before we get into a relationship. Like I met you.
You talking about y'all messing around?
I met you on the first date, or we've been talking for a few weeks now, and I know for certain we ain't good together. What would tell you that?
The biggest thing for me would be the level of communication.
Okay.
Your interests.
Okay, differing interests. What do you mean by different interests?
So be a little bit more specific, please.
For example, I like going to the gym.
Okay.
Right.
You know, sound like you healthy.
Right.
Now, if the girl, you know, what I'm saying like
you go to the gym?
Huh? The disrespect.
I used to be.
You see how you talking about past tense?
I had surgery, you asshole.
No excuse for the morals. Or that chest. And you got a little belly right there.
Hey, dog, turn the camera off. It's finna get like real fucking mature in here. Finna
I-
slap shit out this
I'm
nigga.
not though.
I mean, you said that on camera, dude.
I'm
Do
not
you
I
want?
don't give
Yeah,
a fuck.
that's crazy.
I'm not though.
I'm gonna let you. I'm like, you see how I'm just chilling, right? Because I already know you don't be in the gym. Like,
World star is real. I'm
because that's
just being
crazy.
honest with
You really,
Washington
let's be
gets
honest,
that
you really, if in a situation like that, you want your first hit to be a backhand with the top of your hat, and you that close to me. Would you really want that to be your first and your
you. You
last
ain't wearing
hit?
a cast.
Exactly.
Back to what you were
Talking
talking
shit.
about.
Threw his whole mindset off. Look. That's cute.
I don't see how that could be a bad relationship just because you like going to the gym.
No, so what I'm trying to say, the example I use is probably bad. But
Okay.
Fair enough.
what I'm trying to say is if two people have completely different interests, if you guys want two different things,
Right.
like in life, you know what I'm saying?
I've heard that
Like,
before. I've heard that
if,
before.
like you're comfortable being in the situation you're at, but your partner isn't, you're gonna drift away.
Oh, okay.
So-
I got you.
I can see where you're going with it, but I would have to respectfully disagree because for multiple reasons, we're gonna be cliche where they say opposites attract. If we have polar different opposites, a lot of times people don't really like stuff. More often than not, they haven't been exposed to it yet.
So I have to stop you again
I didn't
because
finish the
the
thought.
phrase is opposites attract. But how many times when opposites attract do they last?
That varies from the person.
But that's the point.
That's not the point.
That is the point because we said a bad relationship. So opposites attract would generally just going to be a bad relationship.
You can't. That's such a generic way of looking at it, though.
I mean, that's factual.
Because it's not because using somebody else's, I guess anybody else's lifestyle or their relationship as your own. Yes, you could take it into account, but that can't dictate yours. Yes,
I'm not
when I say
saying
that,
that.
but
I got you.
even then though, it's just the quote, just
I'm
for it to be in the
talking
quote.
about numbers though.
But I mean, I don't really give a fuck about numbers personally. I feel like if a situation is gonna call because
we
even
make
with
statements,
situations,
I can care about numbers.
well, that's fair. But even because let's put like this though. So let's put like this though. So you mean to tell me there's never been a situation where opposites got together
No,
and stayed together?
no.
That's my point exactly.
But I'm saying majority of the time.
But that's my point exactly.
But that's my point exactly.
You don't.
Is
Yeah,
that the
so
majority.
so for you,
No, I'm saying for the numbers,
But
the
I'm saying-
majority of
but-
people that are opposite attracting
They-
do not work. So
And
you can
that's
be in
still
the
for you,
few,
though.
but then that's more like a miracle than it is working.
I won't say it's a miracle.
It is because there's so few opposites that attract that stay together.
I won't necessarily say that
Why?
because, for one, how can
No, I'm good.
oh yeah, I'm sure I got something in mind. But even
Thank you
then,
for reminding me.
this motherfucker. So even with that, it's still a statistic, and not every relationship is founded on a statistic. And when we say opposites attract, some people haven't been exposed to the same stuff to either grow to like it or be knowledgeable in that aspect.
That's true.
If I'm with a girl and we have, let's say, polar opposite, because it depends on how you talking about polar opposite. Let's just say I'm an outdoor person, she's the indoor person. Mm-hmm. Some people like that away time. That could be a way of getting